does that day do for the local market, if anything?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things, and each week has its own dynamic, right? So you're dealing with market pressure, and these feed yards have their own interpretation of where the market's going. So that always plays into it. And this is a very unusual year. We've got a lot of geopolitical things happening, as well as a drought in our area. So that's all going to play into it, and it's every single week it's that. So what we believe in is having the competition, which exposes the buyers most they will give for the cattle. So when we take that and put that all together in this King of the Ring format, it's like a perfect storm, because it brings in additional buyers from across the country, as well as, not to mention, it is broadcast on cattleusa.com, which in a typical sale will have 600 to 700 additional people watching it in Dodge, and it would be probably north of 1,500. Now, those are not all buyers. A lot of those are just people that are catching it that can't make it in person. But the market is accentuated by multiple items: additional buyers, the quality of the cattle, the auctioneers and what they're contributing, the pace of the sale. Then you're into the individual market dynamics that affect what they're worth. I mean, do the cattle come out in Feb or April or Dece on a big animal? So all those coming together makes this just a perfect storm for high prices. So we've gone through this. I mean, like I said, we were doing a form of this sale without adding the auction contest on top of it. And I think the auction contest has been very, very good for this marketing period of time in the western Kansas area. Positive. So,
Good.
yeah,
It's
it's been awesome. It's been awesome. You know, and that's what you worry about as a market operator, and I think Dustin would be the same way, because he feels the pressures of the customer, and their expectations. Every week you feel it. But the big sale, it can be, you'd think it might be less, but it's more. It's more total dollars that you're dealing with. I mean, you take an 8,000 head sale, that's going to be north of $10 million of product that these people have worked all year putting together. It could be 11, it could be 12 million, depending on how the sale goes. And it's changing hands. We'll start at 8 a.m. We'll be done by 3 o'clock with this run of feeder cattle. So it's a big responsibility, and we feel like these different components going into this sale will really help it to lead the nation in the prices for that week or month, and it's kind of done that. And that's why we are firm believers in it at this time.